What do you want? Can we talk to them now? Can we do the video? Hello and welcome back to my channel. I'm Chantel, aka Lass Hammer, miniature painter and tabletop gamer from Norfolk. I hope you've all had an amazing weekend. Welcome back to the channel. I hope you've had an amazing week and weekend. It has been half-term week this week, so I haven't really got a ton of hobby done. It's been more about sort of spending time with the family. I've had a few errands and appointments and things that I've had to attend, so it's been quite a busy week. However, we have got a couple of things done. As you know, I finished my Croxagores, and thank you so much for all your lovely feedback on those. I have had a few questions about the base. You know when influencers are like, I've had so many questions, or everybody, absolutely everybody has asked me this. I've had 3 people ask, and I thought 3 is good enough for a little tutorial. So today I'm going to show you how I made my little base. These bases are so quick and so easy to make. I love them. This is like my go-to recipe, if you like, for my bases, just to give them that little bit of something, just to make them stand out just that little bit more. So I'm going to show you what I use, how I do it. I feel like I'm on Art Attack or something, but here are the things that I use. So first of all, cork. Love this stuff for basin. You can get sheets or rolls of this on Amazon. That's where I get mine from. Get really big rolls of it, quite cheap as well. So cork. PVA glue. Look at this bad boy. £2.49 from B&M, and it's as big as my head. Some kind of grass. You can get this type of thing anywhere, so like craft shops or any type of shops that sell things for miniatures. As I say, I just got this off Amazon. The forbidden peanut butter. If you know, you know. So this is Vallejo Earth Texture. I have been using this forever. I also have a darker texture paste as well, because I want to show you a couple of different things today. I also use tufts from Gamer's Grass. I feel like they are the best ones I have used. I've got some little flowers, little tufts of grass. They do all sorts, all different colours, all different styles. Love these. I've also got rocks, again from Gamer's Grass, lots of little stones and things like that. So that's everything I use. Oh, a couple of old paintbrushes that you don't mind getting a little crusty. So that's all the bits and pieces that I need to create my bases. I've got a couple of just these old things, just these spares to show you. So let's get into it. Firstly, I take my cork. I've just ripped a little bit off the roll. You don't need too much for this. And then I get my base and just kind of measure up in one of the corners and just tear off enough for me to use for the base. For this first layer, I will kind of just cut around the edges. It doesn't have to be too neat, but I do want it to be the same size as the base itself. Once I'm happy with the size, I'll super glue this to the base. A good tip is to pop something heavy, like a heavy book or something on top, just so it does sit nice and flat. For this next layer, you don't need to be too careful at all. I just rip off a rough piece of cork because I want it to look kind of natural, like natural layers to the ground. So I'll just sort of tear a few pieces off just until I'm happy with how it looks. I then super glue this next layer on. You can do as many layers as you want. I usually just do 2 or 3 just to give it a little bit of extra height. Once that's nice and dry, it's time for the fun stuff, the forbidden peanut butter. I spread this all over the base, getting in all the little nooks and crannies and just cover it in the texture paste. I'm just using this really old paintbrush, so you can use things like coffee stirrers. I tend to pinch a few of those from McDonald's. They do make good tools when it comes to basing. On the tub it says this air dries in 30 to 45 minutes, so if you're impatient like me, you can use a hairdryer to speed this up, or do what I do and pop it in front of your fireplace for 5 or 10 minutes. Not too close though, you don't want things to melt, and you don't want any fires starting. I will not take any responsibility for that. Now it's nice and dry, it's time to add the grass. I cover the base in PVA glue. Again, I'm not very neat with this, just spread it all around and make sure everywhere is covered. You don't need too much of this either, just a quick thin layer will do. And then just some grass over the base, missing the tub as you can see, but it's all good. I can just scoop that back in and put it back in the tub to save on the waste. Once it's dry, it's time for the fun bit, the decorating of the base. For this, I'm going to be using some tufts and some flowers just for a kind of like meadow look today. I love Gamer's Grass tufts. I've found them to be the best ones I have ever used. I think they're a decent price, they look amazing, and I've always just really enjoyed using them. They're self-adhesive as well, so you don't need to use any extra glue. I just use some tweezers just so I can get them exactly where I want them. I'm going to pop a few rocks on as well, so I just use a little bit of super glue, just chuck them on, and then just make sure they're stuck to the base. There's really no method to this, I just go with my heart and pop the tufts wherever I see fit. Some more because I love these so much, and I do like to mix the colours up. I'm going to pop a little white one here as well. Normally I'll take more time with it and add a few more bits and pieces, but this is just to show you what I do. Then super glue your model on. I'm just using this Seraphon just for an example, and there he is amongst the flowers looking happy as Larry. Another look I've created before that I really enjoyed is a kind of snowy mountainside look. For this I'm using the Vallejo Dark Earth texture paste. Same method as before, layering up the cork and then just covering it all in the texture paste. I fancied a little extra height and texture, so I'm just going to stick one of these Gamer's Grass rocks on it as well. Blending it in with some more of that texture paste just so it all looks nice and even. PVA glue time again. I kind of slap this on, as you can see. I'm not neat about it, just spreading it around with that old brush again. Here comes that pot again, and this time I'm sprinkling on some snow. I can't remember where I got this from. It was a little independent model shop, but I'm just going to sprinkle that over the top and catch the excess. Happy with that? Time to let that dry for a bit and then decorate. For this I'm very quickly just going to use one of these tufts because I find they look kind of wintry. So there we go, popping one of those Gamer's Grass tufts on there. And there we go, a quick snowy mountainy base. So there we have it, that's how I like to do my miniature bases. You can get some really, really fun creative looks with these, and it's so easy to do. Be sure to like and subscribe, leave me any comments, let me know what you think, and I look forward to seeing you again on the next one. Take care.